Welcome to our deep dive into the life of a Roman legionary. Picture the individual soldier, the man on the ground, the sinew and bone that held that vast empire together. These were men facing unimaginable conditions, carrying the weight of Roman ambition on their backs. Today we'll explore the essential gear that these ancient warriors carried into battle. Each piece of equipment tells a story of innovation, brutal practicality, and lessons learned in the harshest classrooms imaginable, the battlefields of the ancient world. We're not just looking at artifacts, we're attempting to understand a system, a philosophy of warfare, embodied in metal, leather and wood. This isn't just about what they carried, but they carried it, how it was used and how it contributed to making the Roman military machine one of the most formidable fighting forces the world had ever seen. Let's begin. Let's start with the most iconic piece of a legionary's offensive arsenal, the gladius, the Roman short sword. The gladius hispanensis, or Spanish sword, was adopted during the Punic Wars for its brutal effectiveness. It wasn't for flashy dueling, it was designed for efficient close-quarters killing. Typically, it was a double-edged blade, around 18 to 24 inches long, tapering to a very sharp point. Its primary function was thrusting in the tight formations the Romans favored. Imagine shield walls clashing, men packed shoulder to shoulder. The legionary, protected by his scutum, would punch out with that gladius, aiming for the gaps. Quick, deadly, and designed to get back on guard immediately. For the enemy facing a Roman line with those short utilitarian swords must have been terrifying. The legionary wasn't trying to be a hero in single combat. He was a cog in a machine, and the gladius was the gear that allowed him to perform his function with lethal precision. It was an extension of the Roman state's will, a very personal and very final instrument of policy. Good quality steel for the time, but not overly refined. The hilt was often wood or bone, sometimes with a metal pommel for balance. It was a weapon designed to be effective, durable, and replaceable. It wasn't about artistry, it was about function. The gladius, simple, brutal, Roman. If the gladius was the legionary's primary offensive tool, then his primary defensive tool was the scutum, the large, curved, rectangular shield. It wasn't just personal protection, it was a component of a larger defensive system, a mobile barricade. The construction of the scutum, with layers of wood and metal edges, gave it tremendous strength and resilience. The scutum wasn't just a shield, it was the building block of Roman battlefield dominance. Before the lines even met, the Roman legionary had another weapon, the pilum, a specialized throwing javelin engineered to disrupt and demoralize the enemy. The pilum's design, with a hardened point and a soft iron shank, made enemy shields awkward and heavy. It was a brilliant piece of battlefield engineering designed to degrade the enemy's defensive capabilities. The pilum, a weapon that said, "We've thought about this." Let's talk about the legionaries' armor. The lorica segmentata, this segmented armor made of overlapping iron plates, is almost synonymous with the image of the Roman soldier. The lorica segmentata provided a combination of protection and flexibility. The overlapping plates could deflect or absorb the energy of a blow, spreading the impact. The segmented nature allowed for a surprising degree of movement. It was a compromise between protection, weight, and mobility. The lorica segmentata, a testament to Roman metallurgical skill. Now let's turn our attention to the legionaries' footwear, the caligae. These were heavy-duty military boots designed for endless marching over every conceivable type of terrain. The caligae were made of thick leather with an open design for ventilation. The leather sole was studded with hobnails, providing incredible traction and durability. The sound of a Roman legion on the march, thousands of hobnailed boots striking the ground in unison, must have been an intimidating sound. The caligae, a symbol of the legionaries' endurance. The Roman Empire was built on the soles of their feet. What kept the Roman legionary going? Food. The core of the Roman legionary's diet was grain, primarily wheat. This grain could be made into a hard biscuit or a kind of porridge. The Roman state invested heavily in the logistics of feeding its army. The humble ration of wheat was the fuel that powered the Roman Empire. Outro, the enduring legacy of a legionary's load. We've walked a mile in a Roman legionary's caligy, hefted his scutum, and felt the imagined weight of his gladius. Each piece of gear wasn't just an object, it was a solution to a problem. This gear allowed a relatively small Italian city-state to conquer and control a vast swathe of the known world. Understanding what these men carried brings us closer to understanding Rome. History is made not just by emperors and senators, but by the countless individuals whose daily lives shaped the world we inherited. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Roman military history. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring.